Hey everyone, welcome back to my little YouTube channel here. I hope this video finds everybody warm and safe. It's presently minus 19 degrees Celsius here in Calgary, Canada. That's a really cold night. I mean, we've had colder, but it's a pretty cold night. I'm gonna run myself a bath afterwards, use bubbles and Epsom salts and get some heat in my bones. Hopefully you have something nice planned for yourself too. I'm enjoying making these videos. I would say I'm making them for myself first. I'm enjoying the creative process and they keep me in the present moment because I don't really have time to think about the past or the future because I'm kind of running the show. So that's kind of cool. And also it's an opportunity for me to practice self-care and nurture myself. Yin Yoga is a practice that can't be rushed. You know, it takes time. It takes time to be gentle with ourselves and to trust ourselves. And it takes time to listen to our bodies and our nervous system and our tissues. We don't force anything and we don't barge in. We let the body invite us in, and we only go as far as we're invited for, you know? So yeah, so these videos are longer, but I don't mind. Hopefully you're benefiting from them. We breathe into the moment and breathing into connective tissues, and we are surrendering to gravity. And we're moving through the poses at a slower pace, holding the poses for longer periods of time. And yeah, it really connects us with kind of everything outside of our brains, you know, which is much needed these days. Tonight, I wanted to make a video for when we feel fragile, or when we're facing loss or heartache, or when we need to nurture ourselves and take care of ourselves in a loving way. So that's what I wanted to make tonight about. You're gonna need a bolster, or if you don't have a bolster, just grab a couple pillows because that'll work just fine. You don't actually need to go out and buy a bolster. I just happen to have one because it was a gift to me after my yoga teacher training from a very sweet friend named Bob. Anyways, sensation is good, pain's not good. Take care of yourself. Don't do anything that you can't do. Honor yourself. And I would suggest having some water handy. In fact, I really need a sip of water right now. Oh, that's better. Okay, so without further ado, I'd love it if you got on your mat. We're gonna do our body scan and we're gonna do some breath work, and then we're gonna move into the poses, finish up with a nice shavasana. Okay, so I'm assuming you're getting on your mat now. Yeah, almost there. Oh, just, yeah. Okay, I'm assuming you're there. So go ahead and lay back, and soften your face and close your eyes. We're going to take 3 palate cleansing breaths with inhale to 4, exhale to 7. I'll count us through. Okay. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. All right, let's go ahead and bring all of our focus to that junction where the back of our head is pressing against the mat. Sensing that spot. And then let's sense our scalps. And then our forehead. coming to our temples, and our eyelids, and our eyeballs, and the space behind our eyes. Okay, we'll back out of our eyes, come back to the temples. Moving downwards and sensing our cheekbones, and the corners of our jaw. And moving along the jaw to the center, to our chin, sensing our chin. Moving upwards, sensing the skin below the lower lip. And then the skin above our upper lip. Sensing our lips. Okay, go inside your mouth and sense the inside of your cheeks. And the lower row of teeth. Now sensing the floor of our mouth. And now the upper row of teeth. And the roof of the mouth. And now our tongue. From here, move to the back of your mouth and go ahead and now sense your inner ears, your deep inner ears. And our outer ear. And now the sides of our head above our ears. Coming back to our temples. And to our cheekbones again. And now sensing our nose. And our nostrils. Sensing our whole face. sensing our whole face and our scalp and the back of the head where it's pressing onto the floor all at the same time. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to get down on the mat and join you guys. And we're going to find our pentacle. So that's arms to 10 and 2. And our legs as wide as is comfortable. Okay. Put that out of the way. There we go. All right. And the plan. Okay. All right. We're set. Now, if you need some pillows underneath of your arms because they don't make it down to the floor, don't hesitate. If you cannot surrender, then you just add some support. Let's first non-judgmentally observe our breath. How would you describe it to somebody? Is it sporadic or is it steady? Short and choppy, long or smooth, deep or shallow? It's on autopilot right now. Our autonomic nervous system is running it. We're going to take it off of autopilot and switch it to manual for a bit. So we'll add our pace. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that count going in your head as if your life depended on it. With nice smooth transitions from inhale to exhale and then exhale to inhale. Okay, cool air. Keep that count going in your head, by the way, as if your life depended on it. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth and runs down that windpipe. As you exhale, warm air runs back up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. Good. Let's take it deeper. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down the windpipe. Now feel that breath enter your chest cavity. Feel it push against your upper spine, your shoulder blades, the upper rib walls, the chest bone, collarbones. As we exhale, chest, shoulders, all relax. Warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. We are massaging our breathing apparatus, the connective tissue that makes up part of our breathing apparatus. We're massaging our internal organs. with our breath. And let's take it deeper again. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down the windpipe into the chest cavity. And now the rest of the rib cage, the lobes of the lungs. As we exhale, lungs, ribs, chest, shoulders all relax. Warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. Okay, let's take it the last leg of the journey here. Cool air enters the nostrils to the back of the mouth, runs down that windpipe into the chest cavity, the spine, shoulders, the lungs, ribs, and now into the belly. As we exhale, the belly eases, lungs, ribs, chest, shoulders all relax. Warm air runs up the windpipe to the back of the mouth and out the nostrils. Let's go ahead and take 10 more of the finest breaths here. Really special breaths. Good. All right, let's go ahead and push that low back into the floor. Bend our knees so our feet are on the mat below the hips. Bring the knees to the chest, chin to the chest, and just starting to rock and make circles, massaging that low back into the floor. Good. All righty. Okay, we're gonna find what I like to call, sorry, I just need to move my clock. There we go. We're gonna find what I like to call English cucumber. So the hands to the back of the room, the feet to the bottoms of the mat. And let's take 5 really nice breaths in this different position. You'll find it feels different because our body is in a different shape, so the breath feels different. Let's draw our feet and knees off to the left side of the mat. The torso stays flat. The hips, shoulders, everything stays, the back stays connected to the mat. And then we're going to bow the upper body as well. Okay? So some people will want to cross that right ankle over their left ankle. And some people will want to grab, fingers, the right fingers with their left hand to help support the position. That's all good. We're opening up the right side of the body, the outer right thigh, the outer right hip, crossing that bone into the obliques, the rib cage, armpit, upper arm, but also along the right side of the spine from the tailbone, sacrum, the lumbar section, thoracic section, cervical section of the spine. Sense that to the right of the spine. And then everything in between the spine to the skin of the side body. Okay, breathing steady. If you find your mind is wandering or you found yourself down a rabbit hole, that's okay. Just bring yourself back. Bring yourself back. Even if you have to bring yourself back 1,000 times, just bring yourself back 1,000 times, and that's okay. It's happening to me too. Okay, let's take 10 more special breaths. Awesome. Let's draw ourselves back to that English cucumber. Taking 5 nice breaths. As you're laying here, can you feel that right side of your body must feel bigger than the left, hey? Don't worry, we're going to even things out. That torso stays flat on the mat, drawing our feet and knees off to the right now. Opening up that outer outer left thigh, outer left hip. Let's get the upper body in there too. If you want to cross that left ankle over the right ankle, grab some your left fingers with your right hand. Go for it. Anything to support yourself. Feeling that stretch on the left side of the body, the outer left thigh, outer left hip, crossing the bone into the obliques, the left rib cage, the left armpit, upper arm, but also the left side of the spine, from the tailbone moving all the way up to the base of your skull. And everything from the side of the spine to the skin of the side body, feeling that stretch in that connective tissue. Breathing steady. If your mind wandered or you're down a rabbit hole, that's okay. Just bring yourself back. Okay, let's take 10 more of the finest breaths here. Let's bring ourselves back to that English cucumber for 5. Good. All right, let's bend the knees. Feet on the mat below the hips. Push that low back into the floor. Knees to chest, chin to chest. Nice big self hug here. Rocking in circles. Good. All right. All right, when we're ready, we're going to bring ourselves right up to seated. And go ahead and get yourself into a position for butterfly. But we're just doing half butterfly. So once you've got that there, go ahead and extend that right leg out. Good. Nice long spine. Hinging forward as far as you can go with your flat back. Once you've gone as far as you can go, then go ahead and start to surrender and round. Of course, sensation is good, pain is not good. So if you're overdoing it, back off, okay? Probably feeling some stuff into that right inner thigh. And the spine. Breathing steady. I recommend, whenever possible, if you can have your eyes closed, closing them. let's go ahead and take 10 more really nice breaths. Let's slowly start to walk ourselves back up. Lean back on your hands there. Extend your head back. Good. We'll bring our heads back up. Open up your legs to straddle. We're going to do some windshield wipers here. Turning your head away from your knees. When you change sides, lean back on your sacrum. Good. And of course, if there's any sticky spots you want to hang out in a little bit longer, go for it. There we go. Okay, good. Let's find our butterfly again. And then we'll extend that left leg out now. Nice long spine, hinging forward with a flat back. And then go ahead and round in, surrender. You're probably feeling this into your left inner thigh, along your spine. right, let's go ahead and take 10 of the finest breaths here. Starting to walk ourselves back up again. And let's lean back with our head. Extend your head back. Bring our heads back in line. Open up those legs into straddle. And let's get some more windshield wipers going. Leaning back on your sacrum when you change sides, turn your head away from your knees, so that way it's a full spinal twist. We're just cleaning the slate, doing some laundry, refreshing our bodies for the next pose. Good. Okay. On this one, we'll want those pillows or that bolster. Okay. We are going to bring this right lower leg to 12 o'clock, and this left lower leg goes to 9 o'clock, okay? Once you're there, we want those hip bones even, squared with that front leg. You can grab your bolster or your pillows, just place it so that it's sticking out of that right thigh. Okay, nice long spine. Decompress that spine. Back of the neck long, chin tucked, crown reaching up. And we're just gonna start to twist from the lowest part of the spine first, and then into the mid spine. Once you've gone that far, if that's plenty and you wanna stop there, that's a good place to stop. But otherwise, we're gonna walk ourselves down onto our bolster and turn our heads to the right. So it's a nice full spinal twist. This is called deer pose. What's going on in that mind? Let's just bring it back to the present moment. You're safe, you're warm, you're here. Just stick to that breath and the sensations and surrendering. Let's go ahead and take 10 more of the finest breaths here. Okay, good. Let's start to bring ourselves back up and untwist. Good. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves to straddle for some more windshield wipers. Cleaning that slate. Emptying the dishwasher. There we go. Doing the laundry. There we go. All right. Let's bring this left lower leg to 12 o'clock. That right leg to 3 o'clock. We're going to make sure that our hips are square with that front leg. Nice long spine. Grab that bolster or those pillows. We'll have that coming out of that left thigh. From the lowest part of the spine first, we're going to start to twist. Moving into the upper spine. Once you've gone as far as you can go, if you want to go all the way down onto the bolster, and we'll turn our heads to the left. All right, let's take 10 more of the finest breaths. Let's start to bring ourselves back up. Untwisting. Good. Let's go ahead and find our straddles. Gotta get those windshield wipers going again. All right, let's come to our tables. Let's put that out of the way there. All right. The knees stacked below the hips, hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart, stacked below the shoulders. Lower yourself into a nice flat back. Let's tuck our toes under. Lift those knees up, push the hips to the back. Relax your head, relax the back of your legs. It's okay if you don't have super straight legs. This is more about pushing the hips to the back than it is about having straight legs. And let's go ahead and walk ourselves into our dangle. Okay, so just dangling the spine there. If you get lightheaded, make sure you come down and you can do a caterpillar, which is basically a sitting version of this. Are you relaxed? Can you relax further? But we want to make sure we're using all the parts of our feet here. All right, let's walk ourselves back to our downward dog. And to our table. Widen those knees, grab the bolster or the pillows. And we're just going to take a supported child's pose. Bring our hips down and just go ahead and put that bolster, those pillows under your body. Breathing steady. Okay, we'll take 10 more of the finest breaths. Draw ourselves back up to table. We'll take our bolster or pillows, put them out of the way. Tuck those toes under, downward dog. Come on back to table. And then onto our backs. I'm gonna grab my blanket so I've got it close by here. Okay, good. All right. We're gonna do what I like to call content baby. It's not a full happy baby, it's content. So first off, those arms go through the inside of your thighs, grab your shin bone. And just grab your shin bones and you're holding your legs and relaxing. All right. Let's give ourselves one final great big hug. Excellent. We're gonna make our way to our final pose, Shavasana. This is a great pose. It's our anti-grind culture pose because we're existing in time and space and not doing anything. I really need a blanket because it is pretty chilly. You might want that as well, just to be cozy, to be nurturing, right? Okay, the time for shaping the breath and directing the thoughts is done. You can just let your mind wander, just relax, just resist the urge to do anything, just existing. If you want to fall asleep, go for it. I'll get everybody up in about 10 minutes. Let's start to add movement to the fingers and the toes, wrists and ankles, elbows and knees, and your head. All right. Slowly roll to the right side of the body. We'll push ourselves up into seated. All right, nice long spine. Back of the neck long, chin slightly tucked, crown reaching up, left hand to our heart, right hand on our left hand. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. Take good care. Take good care.